Oh man, go ahead, Doc. Do your thing.
Yeah, man. Got a lot to talk about this week, as always, Lonzo. Probably one of the bigger stories, this hot off the press, just a few hours old. Rapper YFN LUCCI, very popular rapper who was beefing very heavily with Young Thug and his YSL camp, which is one of the reasons both of their camps got caught up in a RICO. Well, he was the biggest rapper in this case on that team, Lonzo, and it just came out that he was sentenced to 20 years in prison for pleading guilty to one count of violation of the Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. Now, you said something back in the past that stood out when I read this, Lonzo. You said brothers will ball out for 5 years just to do 20 in prison. Break that down for me, man.
You know, I watched it on damn it, what's that show? One of those television shows, BMF. And when I saw it, they actually said something to that effect. Brothers, the two brothers, they doing a dope thing, and they was trying to get out, and they've been balling all this time, and they knew the feds was coming on them. They knew they was about to get busted. They was like, dude, if we do so and so, we can get out in 20 years. And I'm like, huh? But that's the mindset of a lot of these cats. They'll take their 20, they'll take a 10-year shine for a 20-year bid. And I think that's one of the craziest things I've ever heard in all my life, dude. It's, you know, the allure of being a street legend, being a kingpin, being a boss, being whatever it is that they think they are. You know, that little time they shine, dude, is worth the rest of their lives. And I'll never understand that, dude. I'll never understand it.
Yeah, and it's safe to say that 20 years in prison, your rap career at least is pretty much over, right? I mean, they're going to find a new thing in a couple weeks.
You're through with rap. You through with heterosexual sex. You through with cash money. You through with steaks. You through with all kinds of shit, man. You just wrapped up a whole lot driving. Oh, that's just over with. Okay, all that you don't think about that, man. Guys don't think about, man. You drove your last car, dude. You just, you probably slept with your last woman unless you get lucky. One of them crazy prisons with female guards is tricking. But for the most part, you through with heterosexual sex, Doc. Okay. Technically. Now, if something happened, good luck to you. But for the most part, that's no longer on your agenda. And
OG Steve, good looking out.
I didn't see that, Steve. I ain't got the chat room open.
Much love. Just came in. Good looking out. He said he watched the Eve After Dark documentary on Amazon Prime. Salute.
Much love, Steve. Thank you, Doc. Thank you. Yeah, Doc. So when you it's like I've seen people do things on the streets, man. It just go so hard, and even in real life, people love to eat so much that they'll just eat, and they know they're gonna get diabetes and get a heart attack. Oh, give a damn. I did it my way. I enjoyed my life. Did you really? You won't, no matter what you do, you will not leave this joint alive, okay? But you want to go out with some kind of dignity, man. And that's the part a lot of folks just, hey, man, I'd rather do what I want to do, and whatever happens, happens. Hey, that's pretty much the whole philosophy.
Yeah. We haven't talked about this in a long time, but you've sat down in behind bars, couple minor incidences, couple here and there days and things like that. But there was one time where you could have sat down for a very long time. Can you take us back to that day and how you were feeling when you almost got, I forgot what the charge was, but it could have been something very serious.
Attempted murder.
Yeah.
It was attempted murder. One thing I learned about the police and the judicial system, they always stick you with the highest shit. So your bail is high. You quick to negotiate. Especially if you didn't do what they said they did, but they're the asshole in them is so prevalent. They're gonna make sure that they're gonna make you think you did what you think that you didn't do. And me and the guy got into it at the club, and it was a crazy night, man. This dude he was working for me, and he decided he wanted to have his own little admission fee, so he would bust open the back door and charge $3. I'm charging $5 in the front. He charging $3 in the back. And I kept noticing every week my back door was busted open. because we had a panic bar. Technically, the door is supposed to be open for fires. The little push bar called the panic bar. And I would lock it because guys would leave it open sometime and let people in the back door. So I'd lock the door. I know it was against the law, but I had to do what I had to do. Well, this dude was a big dude. He would hit the panic bar and bust the lock. Every other week, I'm putting a new lock on this door. So this one day, I caught him doing it. My girl said, how did this guy get in the club? Blah, blah, blah. I checked the lock, and I jammed homeboy, man. Homeboy let me in. Okay, nigga, you fired. So he goes down to the club downstairs, and he's talking to my dad, trying to get my dad to feel sorry for him. So I let him get him his job back. Now, my daddy was always intervening with stuff from time to time, but most of the time he stayed out of my shit. Okay. Said, no, dude, he can't get his job back. I didn't even have a chance to tell my daddy what happened. So my dad, being the kind of guy that he is, he bought the guy a drink. And I told homeboy, I says, hey man, you got the property, dude. I don't even want you on the property. So as he is going to, no, I'm sorry. I'm talking to my dad, and I come back in the club. I make a security run around the club, and I saw homeboy stash something under the garbage can by the gas station. I came back in the club, hollered at my dad, and my dad's girlfriend was crying. She says, somebody stole my purse. I said, wait a minute, let me go check something. Because I saw him stash something under the trash can by the gas station. I go to the gas station trash can and come back. That was my girlfriend's purse. I saw him stash it under the trash can. He gonna, I didn't do that. You a lie? I think, well, brown eyes don't lie. Leave the property now. So my daddy had bought the fool a drink. He took the drink to the head. So we arguing for a few minutes, and he decided he gonna leave. But I guess by now this drink had kind of fired him up a little bit. As he's leaving, he gets pissed off. He goes out of one of the doors. We were standing by the door. A lady was coming out the door, and he shoved the door shut. And homegirl was a good customer of mine. She was a good customer. She had ice all in her hair and shit, little small lady. And it pissed me off, dude. I said, man, go, get off the property. So as he walked past me, I stole on him. Bam! Bam! He's a big dude. He's about 6'3", about 260. I wasn't as big as I am right now. And I took him one right behind the ear, took him to the ground. I'm about to do the LA stomp on his ass because he didn't piss me off. And my partners stopped me. It's a one-on-one fight, but my partners stopped me, gave this cat a chance to get up and gather his faculties. I didn't want to fight this bitch like that. When I had him, I wanted to finish him. So I pulled my gun out. Bam. Hey, bro, get off the property. Go home. Get out of here. Oh, man, how you going to pull your gun in? Man, get out of here. I don't want no problems. Go. Leave. Oh, man, I'll whoop your ass. I said, bro, don't play with me. Move. So all I did was buy out that one up in the air. I said, next one going through your ass. Okay? Just so happened, the police was coming down the street. This dude took off running down the street. He met the police down the street, brought him back. He hopped in the back seat of the car, brought him back, and I didn't have usually anytime I had to use my gun back in the day, I'd always take it and stick it in the safe. They needed a warrant to get it out of the safe. I had a drop safe. They needed a warrant to go to the safe. This time I didn't have a chance to get to the safe. Cop pulled me, came over to the club. You got a gun? I said, yep. And because I know the law, as long as I'm on the private property, I could have my gun. But now the cop didn't call me off. I'm on the sidewalk. I'm in public property. I'm in violation. But I'm trying to, I didn't think I'd done nothing, so I'm trying to play past the legalities. Man, the cop smelled my gun. It was fresh gun, a bullet didn't pass through the something gun. And homeboy started crying, oh, man, he shot at me. Wah. So they put us both in the car. Took us down to the jail. All the time we in the backseat of the car, he ain't crying now. We both handcuffed in the car. I'll get you in jail. I'm going to fuck you. when we get to jail. Oh, yeah, he was talking big shit from the police. When we get to jail, they put us in different cells. and they booked me with it for attempted murder. I said, man, I ain't do no attempted murder. I ain't shot it. How you shot at me? No, I did not shoot at you. So we went back and forth. And here's how.
Big Marlon, good looking out, my man. Much love.
Income tax check, baby. Much love to you, Doc. Thank you. This is when another situation I'd been involved with at my house came into play. Some guys had broke into my house, and I found out who it was. I kicked their ass and put him in the car and took him to jail. And the cop, the detective who dealt with that case, he was on duty that night. He came to the holding tank. What you doing here? And we wasn't that tight. We weren't like we was tight or nothing, but he remembered me because the story what happened was so funny. He said, "You did what?" I said, "Man, these guys broke in my house. I kicked out. I threw him in the van and took him to jail." Okay, they got to jail and confessed. He thought it was the funniest shit in the world. Okay, so he remembered me and he remembered the story. And so he said, "Man, what happened?" I told him what happened. I said, "Man, I shot up in there. I didn't shoot nobody." So now because it's attempted murder, I'm trying to get the hell out of jail as soon as possible. So I called my pops. I had my own bail money. Just go get me out. So I had to put up. My bail was $12,000. Put up $1,200. Got out of jail that morning. The next day, the cop that I talked to had to drop down to brandishing discharging a firearm in the city limits, and then I had to end up paying a fine or some dumb shit, but I still ended up spending $1,200 unnecessarily. So that was the dumb part. But again, I never liked jail. I went to sub station. I didn't like the sub station. It was not my kind of place, and it just was one of those situations, man. I learned a couple of times that's not for me. That ain't for me. It ain't for nobody, but that really ain't what I'm trying to do. So I steered away from a lot of stuff that most cats would thought I was either a buster or whatever. Fuck y'all. I ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. I ain't got to prove shit. Validation is for parking tickets. I ain't got to get validated by nobody.